Hey folks, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. Today we're taking a look at this little guy right here, Sponsio. It is a trick-taking game put out by Mind Fitness Games, and it has a neat little betting mechanic in it as well. So let's get down to the table and I'll show you how it works. Then we'll have some final thoughts after that. So the objective of Sponsio is to be the first person to either get 30 coins in their purse or to be the first person to correctly achieve 9 bets throughout the course of the game. And whoever does that first is the winner. Now, Sponsio is a trick-taking game at heart, but before you do the trick-taking game, you go through what is called the betting phase, where you're going to be trying to take these different coupons and they represent bets that you're making on how well or how poorly you think you're going to do during the trick-taking phase of the game. And then after the trick-taking phase is over, then you have a scoring phase, which is where you're going to be generating money from the different bets that you placed in the betting phase. So the first thing that happens in the betting phase is that the deck is divided amongst the different players. Each person gets 8 cards, and then there will be 4 leftover cards, and those become talon cards, which can be, during the betting phase, be swapped with cards in your hand. I'll get to that in just a few moments. So in the betting phase, you're able to take 4 turns. On your turn, you have generally 4 options at your disposal. You can, first of all, place a bet on one of the different betting coupons that are out here. The second thing you can do is you can take one of these tokens here that have special abilities on them during the betting phase or during the trick-taking phase. And then you also have the ability to change a card from your hand with one of the talon cards that are out here. Additionally, you can also pass and not do anything. So what do these different coupons do? Well, basically, these 2 coupons right here, as well as this one down here, is generally just how many tricks you think you're going to win during the trick-taking phase. So if you say that, well, I think I'm going to win 3 to 5, you would simply take this coupon, pay 1 coin to the bank, and then take one of the betting chips and place it on the 3 to 5 action that's right here. What this means is that if you do accomplish this during the trick-taking phase and you get anywhere from 3 to 5 tricks won, then you're going to get 3 coins back during the scoring phase. So that's what these 2 or these 3 coupons do. This coupon here is whether or not you think you are going to lose the last trick or if you're going to win the last trick. And then there's also a second one down here as well. This coupon, as well as this coupon, is whether or not you think all of the 9s, which is the highest card in each of the different colors of the deck, are going to win their tricks, or if you think that all of the 9s will not win their tricks. And what I mean that is that if one 9 loses a trick, or rather is not the winning card of the trick, then this is what you would be betting on. If you think that all 4 of the 9s are going to win their tricks, then you would bet down here. Then these 4 coupons right here are how many cards you think you're going to win in all of the tricks that you win during the trick-taking phase. So if you think that you're going to win a lot of green cards, you would take this one and, put it on here, noticing that there are only 9 cards of each color, numbered 1 through 9. So that's what these 4 coupons do. And then this coupon down here is the last one. This one is a counter bet, basically. What you are doing is when you choose this one, you place it in front of one of the other players, and if they don't make at least one of their bets, then you're going to get 3 coins out of that. Now, the last thing that I said that you were able to do during one of your turns in the betting phase is basically pass. And the reason that's there is because if a player does not place a bet by the end of the 4th turn, that player becomes a troll. And the troll is basically simply trying to get points based upon other people failing their bets. For example, every person that doesn't make one of their bets, he will be able to move his sequence marker along these different things. Another thing that the troll gets is he gets 2 coins for every person that doesn't make one of their bets. So that's another way. If you think that you're not going to be able to accomplish any of these things, you can simply pass throughout the entire betting phase, become the troll, and then possibly do better than if you were to bet on some of these and not win them. So in the betting phase, you can place a bet, or you can take a token, which is one of these 4 things out here. This token, you pay $1 to the bank and you take it and place it in front of you. Take one of the cards from your hand and place that card on that token on top of the card. What this means is that you are going to be the lead player in the trick-taking round, and this is the card that you're going to lead with. This token simply allows you to make a double bet on one of the coupons that you have taken during the betting phase. You do that by paying 1 coin. Here, you take one of your cards and place it face up in front of you, basically telling everybody that you have this card, and you take 3 of your coins from your pool, place it on top of it, and this becomes money that will count towards who is the winning player of the round. And then finally, this one, you can pay either 1 coin or place a card face up in front of you, and you can change a bet on one of your coupons that you've already taken. So for example, maybe you placed 1 to 4 on the red cards taken during your tricks, and you say, you know what, I think I'm going to get a 5th one, so I'm going to take this token and change my bet to a 5 or 6. And then finally, you can take a card, one of the talent cards that are up here. So if you're looking at your hand and you say, you know what, I'm going to dump this 1 and I'm going to get, let's see, the 5 over there. So you put the 1 down there, and then you take the 5 and put it up into your hand like that, and you simply swapped a card, one of your cards, with one of the talent cards. Now, during the trick-taking phase, it's played just like a regular trick-taking game, with the caveat being that there is no trump card, and the 4 talent cards that were left at the end of the betting phase are not going to be in those that are used during the trick-taking phase. So whoever took the first person token is going to be leading that. So since there's no trump, you simply have to follow the suit. If you don't have the suit that is led, then you just use another card of your choice from your hand. So the first trick was led with blue, and these 2 people don't have blue, so he doesn't want this person to get their bet. So he went ahead and played off the 9 so that not all of the 9s are won. And then he just used a card, and then he had to follow suit with whatever card he wanted to follow suit with. And so this would come into my set. The 9 that did win a trick gets placed in front of me face up so that we can track whether or not all of the 9s won their trick or not. So we already know that they didn't, but that's what happens there. And then the person who won the trick leads the next one. So he'll play the green 9. And so forth and so on. This is how the trick-taking phase plays out. Then, after that, we go to the scoring phase. Now, after the trick-taking phase is over, then we go to the scoring phase. So, green player here fared pretty well during this round of the game. He took 2 tricks, which is exactly what he was looking for. So, that will net him 5 coins. He did not win the last trick, which is what he was hoping for. So that gets him 2 coins. He did win 1 to 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 that were red. So he also gets that one as well. And he bet that not all of the 9s would win. They didn't. So he gets 2 coins added to that as well. So then what we do is we look at how many coins were won During the course of that round, whoever won the most coins becomes the winner of that round and gets an additional 2 coins. Now, for every bet that you win, you take your marker and you move it up your track like so. This is what's tracking how many bets you've won. If you win 9 bets in a row, then you've won the game. If at any time you don't win one of your bets, it doesn't matter how far up this track you've gone, you come back to the starting position to start tracking if you've won 9 bets in a row. At any time, you can cash out if you get to these 2 levels to get the coins going for this win condition over here. But as this stands right now, green player has 5, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17 points. So out of just one round, you're over halfway there. So the game does play pretty well. Consequently, somebody did bet against green that they wouldn't win one of these bets, and that is actually not the case. So the person who used the counter bet does not get the 3 coins that they were hoping they would. And that's how you play Sponsio. Whoever gets to either 30 coins or places 9 winning bets in a row first is the winner. Trick-taking games can be hit or miss. For me, I do enjoy trick-taking games, but sometimes the game just gets a little too convoluted because they're taking the base mechanism of trick-taking and trying to make it fresh and new. And I understand that, I get it, but sometimes for me, they've just overstepped the familiarity boundary, and it's really a convolution of a trick-taking game at that point. Sponsio doesn't really do that. They really kind of included the trick-taking game or part of the game as a phase, and they didn't mess around with it at all. It's just whoever leads the first, you have to follow that suit. If you can't follow that suit, there's no trump, you just slough off something else. Where they changed the game, kind of, from a trick-taking game is they put that betting phase in there where it really feels like you're playing another game, kind of, that is connected to the trick-taking game, where you're pushing your luck. I think I can do this, and there is perfect knowledge in the game, I guess you could say, because you know that there are 4 suits of colors. You know that those colors have cards 1 through 9 in them. You know that the talent cards are not going to be affected, so you can count. You can make educated bets in the betting phase, which is where I think this game really shines. If it were just kind of a crapshoot where you didn't know how everything was going to work together, well, then yeah, that would be a difficult thing to do, to pull off. Now, another thing that I noticed in the games that I played is that going first in the trick-taking phase is a really, really important thing to try to do. Of course, if you're being the troll and you really don't want to win anything and you want to just kind of mess other people up, that's not as important because then it's a little bit easier for you to pull off your aha moments. But if you really have some bets that you think you need and you can win, going first is very important because there isn't any trump. You can't pull a trick out from underneath somebody with a trump card. You have to follow suit. And if they have a higher card than you, then it makes pulling out some of those surprises a little bit more difficult. So I will say that it has a different feel of a trick-taking game because there isn't any trump, but it is still a lot of fun. I'll say this, I'm not good at this game at all. I really don't do well every single time I play it, but I still have a lot of fun playing the game, and I think that's an important thing. So it's a cool little thing that Mind Fitness has pulled out here. They give us a trick-taking game with almost another game stapled onto it, but it fits. It meshes really well. Now, I've done another review for another game from Mind Fitness Games, and that was called Vikingdoms, and that one has a completely different feel than this one does, but I liked both of them. The other one was kind of an abstract game with some area control kind of slapped onto it. This one, still fitting that idea of taking 2 concepts and smashing them together. I think it works really well here with Sponsio, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to master. At least for me it is. Maybe you guys will have an easier time doing that than me. But all in all, I think that the 2 games that I've reviewed from Mind Fitness have given me now the desire to see what else they're going to come up with, or to see what else they have out there. So I'm going to get busy researching that out, and you guys need to get busy trying out Sponsio and Vikingdoms. But anyway, that's it for me today. We'll see you guys on the flip side.